Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tamara here with the Mompreneur Plug. Y'all, this fly is, if you watch the last video, every time I sit down to record a video, it's a daggone fly. And the power just went out. Oh, okay. Wow. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's your girl Tamara here with the Mompreneur Plug, and on my channel, I help you grow with real talk and a side of laughter. So guys, listen up. For those of you who care about what's going on in my life, stay tuned, watch. If you're one who's like, you know what, I can do without it, just send the Miss Jenkins videos. Understood. This probably isn't a video for you, but that's okay. That's okay. But those of you, there's a lot of you out there who love and support me, the person, and this channel. And so I'd like to give you guys updates because I am human. I do go through things and apparently get things in my eye while I'm trying to record. But I do go through things, and I like to update you guys because I promise transparency on my channel. And so I try to give you that as much as possible. I always talk about how I connect with other YouTubers who are open and transparent. And it makes me feel like I'm connected to them in a deeper level. Being an influencer, you're so far away from the people that you're influencing. And so this is just another way to connect. With that being said, I do have some updates. I'm just going to sit here and eat my snacks, drink my water, and talk to you guys about what's been going on. There's a storm passing through on the East Coast, so I apologize for all of the noise, but that's what's going on right now. I have had a very strange and rough, yet eye-opening past 2 weeks. For those of you who caught my last update, I told you guys about how the building I was using for my business was sold without my knowing, and we had to move in 4 days, a 6,000 square foot building in 4 days, an educational facility with desk and all the things. And so we've slowly transitioned out of that place, and now we are quickly transitioned, but we're slowly transitioning into this new space. And everything is going really well, I must say. However, there's just been a lot of back and forth about what next school year is going to be like for us. And that's been very stressful because to run an educational facility is extremely expensive. And I think a lot of times people think, oh, you ain't doing nothing but just teaching the kids. But there's so much that goes into it. You have to pay your staff. You have to make sure you have the curriculum that you need, which education is not free. I don't care. You think you going to public school, you think it's free. It ain't free. These school systems are paying millions of dollars for curriculum so they can teach your child. And so on a smaller scale, we're doing the same thing. And so it's just a lot going on. But I'm in a place where I'm trying to deal with my circumstances in a healthy manner. Because in the past, I would get anxiety and I wouldn't eat, or I would get really stressed and I would eat everything in sight. And so my weight would fluctuate. I would isolate myself from people and not talk to anyone, or I would find myself talking to everybody and feeling like pieces of myself is just everywhere. I would go to just self-blame and just beating myself up over things and being really hard on myself, comparison to other people and what I think they have going on, even down to just simply wasting away and just kind of being in a funky headspace and not really wanting to talk to anybody or do anything. And so, yeah, it's just been very interesting with me trying to figure out how to cope properly, if coping is even something I want to use the term, but how to deal properly with the things I'm going through. And so this recent season where I have found myself in a bit of isolation. If you know me, to know me is to love me. I love people. I love talking to people. Those who are on my Patreon oh my gosh, those who were on my Patreon, they they literally get to see me in my rawness, in my fullness. And so I love that because I get to show the people who are watching me on and consuming my content on a daily who I am as a person. And so with that being said, I have isolated myself, which is kind of like not me at all. And being by myself and being alone has been difficult because in that solitude, in that place of isolation, I start questioning, why am I so lonely? Why doesn't anybody want to be around me? Why are people looking over me? Why are people not talking to me? Why isn't no one checking on me? These are the thoughts that come in my brain every single day. And the isolation is not intentional. I come home and I feel like, who can I call? Who can I talk to? So I just stay by myself. And it's a very hard place to be in because I know that there are people around me that love me, but I don't feel loved. And that's a lie that the enemy is telling me every day. But it's definitely something, even though it's a lie, I still feel it. You know what I'm saying? And with me feeling that way, y'all know I'm an advocate for counseling and therapy. And I go to counseling weekly, and I was talking to my therapist, and she said, Tamara, there's a wound there that really needs to be healed. And then she asked me a question that y'all blew my mind. She said, what is it that you think other people are doing that you're not doing? What is it that you feel like people are doing that you want to do, or people have that you want to have that you don't? And that blew my mind because I'm like, wow. In my mind, I'm going, well, yeah, they have this, because when you look at on their page on social media and you see them out with their family, or you're doing this. But the reality is, we don't know what anybody has. We don't know what they really are going through. We only see what they show us, and we only hear what they tell us. And that was a hard pill to swallow, because it's like, I got to believe what you're showing me. That's what you're telling me. But the reality is, everybody's going through some sort of issue. Everybody has something they're dealing with. It may not be loneliness and isolation and stress like I am, but it may be fear, rejection. I mean, just so many different things people are dealing with. Financial issues. You look at people and you assume they got it all together when really they don't. They're using their last credit card that they've maxed out. You don't know. And for me as an influencer, specifically one that does comedy, a lot of times people just want me to entertain them. They don't want every part of me. And that's been a hard pill to swallow too, because I'm me. I'm going to make you laugh a lot of times unintentionally, right? But I'm still me. And there's a part of me that's funny, that loves to make people laugh, love to make people smile. There's also a part of me that likes to have meaningful conversation and talk about things that matter, So that's what I've been going through in that. And I've been really challenged in relationship areas, as far as like friendships and just relationships with people, relational issues. And a friend of mine, and I'll drop her social media here, Alexis Lott. She is an amazing woman, but she posted something on her Instagram the other day, and she said, basically, she was saying that some of us haven't healed from childhood trauma, and you're still that 13-year-old little girl, little boy who was hurt from a situation, and you're carrying that into relationships. And people are expecting the 30-year-old, 35-year-old, 36-year-old you, 40-year-old you, 50-year-old you, and you're bringing the 13-year-old you that hasn't healed from that trauma to the table. And they're looking at you like, what's going on? And you don't know, because you haven't realized that you're still wounded and still hurting and operating out of that hurt and that trauma as a 13-year-old, or however old you were when you experienced that trauma or that hurt. And that really stuck out to me personally, because I was just like, dang. Like, okay, this is for real. So, quick story time. I do a lot, and I had to do a self-evaluation because I have my hands in a lot of pots. I'm a part of a lot of different things, and I think I shared it on my last video. But I have a few leadership roles, including the one I'm an entrepreneur for those of you who don't know. And so with that, I was talking to my counselor and I told her, I said, listen, I'm overwhelmed and I don't know what to put down because everything I'm doing is something that is valuable to me, meaningful to me, and I've already cut off things that didn't matter. Now these are things that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't know how to balance it. And so my counselor was kind of walking me through it, but I had heard God speak to me and give me strategy on how to handle the stuff. But the problem was I allowed fear to creep in, fear of disappointing people, right? Fear that someone is going to be upset because I'm taking a step back. And y'all, I did it. I made some decisions and I said, listen, I've got to take a step back on this. I can't do this. No, this is not going to happen. And it was crazy because when I did it, there was an immense amount of freedom that came over me. I said all that to say, we get so caught up in trying to be perfect, trying to be something that we see modeled already. And there's nothing wrong with following after the footsteps of a role model or someone you look up to. But when you get so caught up in trying to be this perfect person or this perfect version of yourself, you're going to always end up self-disappointing. And I don't want to live in that place. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in that place. I don't want to deal with being in constant disappointment. I've learned that I'm a fighter. Okay, see, now that's my neighbors upstairs. I don't know what they got going on. I've learned that I'm a fighter and that I'm going to push through regardless, but I just want to give up. I have seriously considered stopping my YouTube channel. I have seriously considered just not, stop doing my business, stop doing my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, I keep looking over here because I keep feeling like I'm seeing something. I know I'm not crazy. Y'all know I'm random. Sorry. But yeah, I just feel like I've really not had a chance to just rest. And so in that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to quit all this. But it's not about quitting. Because if I quit all the things that really matter to me, then still not going to get rest because I'm going to be thinking about those things. So if you guys have any advice, drop it in the comment box below just to lighten the mood. I did my hair. Do you like it? It's old. It's very old now. But I did my own hair probably like 3 weeks ago. And yeah, I actually did it out of stress. I was really stressed one day and I just came home and just started doing my hair. And I looked up and it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I was still doing my hair. So that was random. Sorry. But seriously, guys, I want you guys to consider joining my Patreon and following me on all social media platforms. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. Also follow me and my husband Cody on Amazon. We have an Amazon storefront now. We do live videos for Amazon. It's pretty cool. I'm going to drop those links as well right along here on the screen and down below. I know this was kind of a heavy hitter, but for those of you who genuinely care and want to know what's going on, that's what's going on. Yeah. But these cookies have been getting me through. It's not a sponsored video, but these cookies, so good. So until next time, I love y'all. Thank you for your support. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Okay? Oh, by the way, don't forget to catch your new shirts. Our new Miss Jenkins shirts are out here. 1967 on the shirts. If you're a Miss Jenkins fan, you know what I'm talking about. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to finish eating these cookies and get my life together. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.